You think this suitcase makes you a king? In 1990, it bought you an island. In 2020, it bought you a nice house. In 2027, it won't even buy you a used Toyota. Welcome to the future of the American dream. A nightmare where you are a millionaire, standing in a breadline. Let's be honest, you have been programmed since birth to chase a specific number. $1 million. It's the carrot dangling in front of the donkey. You work overtime, you skip vacations, you eat cheap food, all to hit that magic number. You thought, if I just get the million, I am safe. But here's the dirty secret that the YouTube gurus forgot to tell you. While you were running toward the finish line, the government moved the finish line 5 miles back. Today, in 2026, $1 million is not wealth. It is a middle-class trap. You are not saving wealth, you are saving melting ice cubes, and the furnace is just getting started. Let's look at the math. Real math, not the fairy tales your financial advisor tells you. He smiles and says, "Don't worry. Just put your money in the S&P 500. You get 8% a year. Compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world." Okay, let's play that game. You make 8% on paper. You feel like a genius. But have you walked into a grocery store lately? Have you tried to book a flight? Have you paid your car insurance bill? Everything around you is exploding in price. Steak is up 40%, insurance is up 50%. A used Honda Civic with 100,000 miles now costs what a brand new Mercedes used to cost 10 years ago. But the government looks you in the eye and tells you inflation is only 3%. That is a lie. It is statistical fraud. Here's how they do it. It is called hedonic adjustment. If the price of a steak doubles, they take steak out of the inflation basket and replace it with ground beef. If beef doubles, they replace it with chicken. If chicken doubles, they replace it with bugs. They manipulate the numbers so they don't have to pay higher Social Security. They massage the data so you don't riot in the streets, but your wallet knows the truth. Real inflation is closer to 15%, so do the math with me. If your bank gives you 5% interest, but your cost of living goes up by 15%, are you getting richer? No. You are bleeding to death. You are running backwards on a treadmill that is set to maximum speed. Your savings account is not a vault. It is a slow-motion fire. Every day you leave your money in the bank, you are throwing hours of your hard work into the furnace just to stay warm for 5 more minutes. By the time you wake up, half of your life energy will be turned to ash. You don't believe me? You think I'm just being a pessimist? Fine. Let's jump in the time machine. I want to show you exactly how much they have stolen from you. I want you to see the crime scene with your own eyes. Set the dial to 1980. You are standing in America in 1980. You have $1 million in your suitcase. Do you know what you are? You are a titan. Interest rates are 15%. You walk into a bank, you hand them the cash, and they give you a guaranteed check for $150,000 every single year. Back then, the average house cost $47,000. Think about that for a second. You could buy 3 entire houses every year just with the interest payments. You never touch the principal. You have a fleet of cars, a boat, and a vacation home. You are set for generations. You can support a family of 5, send them all to college, and still save money. Now spin the dial forward. Welcome to 2000. You have the same $1 million. Interest rates are lower, maybe 5%, but houses are $150,000. You are still rich, you buy a big McMansion in the suburbs, you buy a Porsche 911, you are the millionaire next door. Life is comfortable, you feel safe, you think the party will never end. Now, open your eyes. Welcome to 2027. You finally saved your million. You worked 40 years for this moment. You sacrificed your health, your time, and your dreams. You walk into a car dealership to buy a truck. The sticker price is $95,000, plus tax, plus dealer markup. That is 10% of your entire life savings. For a Ford made of plastic and computer chips, you go to look for a house. A rotting shack in a bad neighborhood with a leaky roof is $800,000, and your interest payment from the bank, it barely covers your grocery bill and your Netflix subscription. If you get sick, if you have one major surgery, that $1 million disappears in a week. The number is the same, $1 million. But the value has evaporated. The government stole 90% of your purchasing power while you were sleeping. You are a paper millionaire, but in reality, you are just the new poor. Who did this to you? Was it an accident? Was it bad luck? Was it corporate greed? No, it was a robbery. A slow, calculated, mathematical robbery that started in 1971. Before 1971, money was tied to gold. The government couldn't just print it whenever they wanted to fight a war or buy votes. They had to be responsible, but then they cut the link. They turned the dollar into fiat currency. Fiat is Latin for let it be done. It means it is money because they say it is money. It is paper. It is nothing. The mechanism of the theft has a name. It is called the Cantillon Effect. Memorize that name. Write it down. Here's how it works. Imagine the economy is a giant swimming pool. The Federal Reserve stands on the diving board with a massive hose, pouring fresh money into the pool. Who gets the water first? Does it go to you? Does it go to the teacher, the nurse, or the firefighter? No, it goes to the banks. It goes to the hedge funds. It goes to the government contractors. They get the money before inflation happens. They use this free money to buy up all the assets. They buy the houses, the stocks, the gold, and the land while prices are still low. And you? You are at the very bottom of the pool. By the time the money trickles down to your paycheck, the prices of everything have already doubled. The rich get richer because of inflation. Their assets go up. You get poorer because of inflation. Your cost of living goes up. It is a hidden tax that you never voted for. You are working for a currency that they can print for free. Think about the insanity of that. You trade your time, your sweat, your blood, your time away from your children for pieces of paper that they create by clicking a mouse button. It is the ultimate scam, and you are the victim. And it gets worse. Let's talk about where you are hiding your money, your 401k, your IRA, your pension fund. You think that is a savings account? No. It is a prison. Think about the deal you signed. You take your hard-earned money and you lock it away in a government-approved box for 40 years. You cannot touch it. Even if you need it for an emergency, penalty. If you need it to start a business, penalty. You have voluntarily handcuffed yourself. And who controls that money while it is locked up? Wall Street. They use your money to buy stocks, charge you fees, and gamble on the market. If they win, they keep the bonuses. If they lose, you lose your retirement. But here's the kicker. Let's say you actually make it to age 65. Let's say the market doesn't crash. You go to withdraw your $1 million. Guess who is waiting at the door? Uncle Sam. Nice nest egg you have there, he says. I'll take 30%. You took 100% of the risk. You waited 40 years, but the government takes a third of the profit just for existing. Your 401k is not a wealth builder. It is a tax trap. It is designed to keep your money in the system, propping up the stock market until you are too old to enjoy it. You are feeding the very beast that is eating you. I'll see you on the other side. So, what is the end game? Should you just give up? Should you just accept that you will eat the bugs, live in the pod, and own nothing? No. You fight back. But listen to me carefully. You do not fight by working harder. You cannot outwork the printing press. You do not fight by saving more dollars. You cannot save a melting ice cube. You fight by exiting the system. You need to undergo a complete mental shift. Stop measuring your wealth in paper dollars. That is a slave metric. Start measuring your wealth in assets. Real assets, things they cannot print, things they cannot turn off with a switch. If you have 50 ounces of gold, you don't care if the dollar collapses. Gold is the only money that has never gone to zero in 5,000 years. It is God's money. It is freedom insurance. If you have 5 acres of land with a water well, you don't care about the price of lettuce at Walmart. You are sovereign. If you have skills, if you can fix a generator, suture a wound, or grow potatoes, you don't care about the job market. Real wealth is freedom. Paper wealth is slavery. The door is closing, my friends. They are already talking about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, programmable money that they can turn off if your carbon footprint is too high or if you buy the wrong things. You need to move your wealth now while you still can. I told you exactly how to start in my last video. The Gold Protocol. It is not just a YouTube video, it is a lifeboat blueprint. If you haven't watched it yet, you are walking into a Category 5 hurricane holding a paper umbrella. Click the video on your screen right now. Turn your paper into power. Take your family's future into your own hands. Do it before your bank account decides to freeze itself for your safety. I'll see you on the other side.